Coming up next is Media News number 135, and we got stories on the Star Trek movie. The script is rocketing forward. We've also got stories on the Terminator franchise, which is rocketing its way back to your screens. We've also got stories on BBC's Prime Suspect, Stargate, and the Sci-Fi Network. They're not done yet. They're not finished. Excuse me.
Fascinating.
We've also got stories on the Three Stooges, an update on the casting, all that and a lot more coming up right after this guy gets done. The 20th every month is Founders Day here at Alternate Reality, and on the 20th, you can save 20% off everything I've got in the store. All my comics, trade paperbacks, action figures, statues, posters, supplies, gaming stuff, everything is 20% off on the 20th, except for this week's shipping and my buy-in-bulk supplies, but everything else is 20% off. So stop on down to Alternate Reality on the 20th of every month and save yourself 20% off.
Oh, nuts. Here's Comic Book Man and good old JR.
And it's gonna be...
Media News, episode 135, Thermos of Bovine Squeezins.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for...
It's time for Media News.
Media News. And Media News is being brought to you from this place, Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood.
Yes, sir.
Alternate Reality, where all new comics 15% off every day for everyone.
All of them?
We're wrapping up Infestation Month as we do this here at Alternate Reality, and in Infestation Month, all my Star Trek trade paperbacks are 25% off. If you came down, you could have got 25% off all your Star Trek trade paperbacks. Why should you care about that? Why should we talk about that in Media News?
Wow.
That's called a segue.
It's a damn good one, Comic Book Man, because we're all anxious for the next Star Trek movie.
You betcha.
That came out like 2 years ago. We're
Yes, it
wondering
did.
why aren't they cranking out another one real fast?
JR,
What?
what's going on with the next Star Trek
Well,
movie?
they're taking their time to get it and make it right. They want to do that second one right. None
Okay.
of this pounding this stuff out like an Iron Man.
Like
movie or
sausages.
something. Exactly. You know. So here's the deal. Screenwriter Roberto Orci said that he is turning in his final draft at the end of next month, which means that shooting should start sometime at the end of summer.
Ooh,
Yes, sir. So it's coming. Just hang on. It's coming.
warp speed now.
And it should be good. I mean, they are taking their time, so care is being taken.
Yes. Terminator.
What?
If you don't like Star Trek and you like Terminator, this is for you.
Yeah, I mean,
this is for you.
Universal Pictures is kind of circling the Terminator franchise. We've reported that those
You mean like
rights
the
were
toilet? It's going right.
Yeah, well, the rights are being held by a hedge fund company right now.
God.
It's messy. It's messy. Universal, if they do get the project, they
Yes.
want Fast and Furious and Fast 5 director Justin Lin to direct the next Terminator film.
Whatever.
So how the mighty have fallen.
Whatever.
We went from James Cameron,
Cameron.
and we've managed to work our way down to a Fast 5 director.
Will Arnold be in it?
You know, Arnold just said
He's not
recently-
governor anymore.
No, he's not, and he said recently in an interview that he's alerted his agents that he is fielding scripts again. So
I am fielding scripts.
welcome back. Maybe you could, John Matrix. Maybe he could play John Matrix again. The best name in movie history.
Yes,
as far
John
as I'm
Matrix.
concerned.
John Matrix.
So yeah, more Terminator coming if they can get it out of the hedge fund.
Back when Terminator was big, back when Arnold Schwarzenegger was big as a movie star,
And big in the chest too.
there was an actor out there, an actor who was farther down the rung, okay, but who is just as much loved in genre circles as Arnold is, and that of course is
Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer.
Who probably didn't live up to the promise initially that he had, because it seemed like there was a career that was kind of
Rutger Hauer and
On the line.
and we've talked about him before from the Right Stuff, who played Wally Schirra.
oh sure
Yeah, you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I
You know
do.
who I'm talking
I
about.
do.
You know what I'm talking about. His trajectory too did not go on the type of
No.
spin that I thought it would have. Much better actor than I think he's gotten parts for.
Well, Rutger Hauer, so much for that trajectory, Comic Book Man, because he's been signed to play Professor Van Helsing
That's not a bad part,
It's
Van Helsing.
not, but it's
but in what?
in Dario Argento's Dracula 3D.
Dracula what?
3D.
What?
Comic Book Man. 3. You want a prop? Here's a prop.
3D.
Dracula in 3D. And it's Dario Argento.
Who cares? It's in 3D.
Dario Argento
It's
was
in
always sort of
3D.
a substandard B movie. A lot of people revere Dario Argento.
Be revere him because he puts buckets and buckets of blood in his stuff. And if he's doing Dracula, there'll be buckets and buckets of blood into it. I can see the movies and I can't think of them off the top of my
Suspiria.
head. Suspiria. Thank you. Thank
Argento
you.
never had the social consciousness that a Romero had.
No, but in horror circles, he was even more widely revered by some
Yeah.
because of the amount of blood he would
Exactly,
put
which-
in. And I think also because he was Italian.
Well, yeah,
not
sure,
not that has anything to
European-
do with it, but he had the whole European
European
thing
mystique
going.
to him,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So Rutger Hauer is back, and he's going to be in 3D. So take that
3D
from
buckets of blood.
3D,
buckets of blood. 3D buckets of blood shooting out of your head
It'll
like
be
this.
be like a Gallagher show.
In slow motion.
The first 3 rows will get
Yes.
wet.
Hey, Stargate.
Where and
fan.
where will Dracula 3D wind up at? Where will Dracula 3D wind up at? Oh, where else would it wind up at but the
Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi Channel?
The Sci-Fi channel.
Is they still going? Are they still?
Oh, they're
going?
still on,
Are they?
yeah.
I never go there anymore.
You as long as they're the well of giant monsters against animals that can be mutated into something can fight each other.
Yeah.
There's a place for that to go, and that's the Sci-Fi Channel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
that's how I feel about
And
it.
Sci-Fi has got not 1, not 5, not 8, but 10 more episodes of
Stargate Universe.
Ah!
Sci-Fi pulled the plug
Get
on
back here,
Stargate
Bubba.
Universe about 6 or 8 months ago already.
Somebody get Rutger Hauer. We need Van Helsing and put a stake through
For you
Stargate.
Stargate fans out there who are waiting with bated breath for those final 10 episodes, yes, they've been scheduled. They will begin to
For
air.
you fans out there that are waiting for the final 10 episodes of Stargate, I got one word for you. Get a life.
Stop taking hostages.
Monday, March the 7th, they will start showing those episodes in order, and it's
Oh,
over.
you can live again.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
exactly, and that's it. They have no other Stargate projects in the works. Stargate is done, over.
Oh,
completely.
I'll believe that a year from now when I don't see anything new.
But what about Octoshark and
And what?
and
Pussatron.
Megabuttic?
Megabuttic?
Yes, well, that I just came up with that.
The Sci-Fi Channel lost some of their best stuff like Doctor Who back to BBC, and since I just mentioned BBC,
Yes.
that's our segue
One of
to
the finest television series ever produced by the British Broadcasting Company was
Which
Prime
is what?
Suspect with
Okay.
Helen Mirren. It went for about 8 series.
Seasons.
Seasons.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. It's a little bit different scenario. It's being adapted to American audiences.
on the Sci-Fi Channel.
No. The character Jane Tennyson will be played by Maria Bello, who was in. Hey, Bo, help me out. Maria Bello.
ER.
She was in ER. There you
She
go.
was in Coyote Ugly, too.
We'll be Coyote Ugly. We'll be
She was in
stepping in.
Payback with...
Look at that. Everybody knows more. Maybe these guys
Mel
ought to do
Gibson.
media news with you. instead of me.
Does she also play River Song?
No,
in,
not the same
Doctor Who?
actress.
Oh,
Not
okay.
the same
I
actress.
think.
But the series is coming to American television. This was a series. I don't know if anybody ever saw it. It was on Mystery on PBS. Every season of it ran on Mystery.
Okay.
Helen Mirren played the part, and it was a woman in the British police force who
Yeah.
was middle-aged. I mean, it was a real interesting take on the cop show, in that it had this middle-aged woman as
Right.
the lead.
She drank a little, too, right?
She had a lot of personal
Yeah,
problems, and,
drank a
and it
lot.
was a real compelling show for that reason. More so than the mystery angle of it was her personal life that kind of filtered into the stories. How that's going to work on American
Yeah,
television.
remember they adapted Faulty Towers, too.
Yeah,
B.
so
Arthur.
we all know how
B. Arthur. Yeah, I forget. Thank you.
Remember that one,
Thank
the one
you for
and done?
reminding me
We
we all
about
know how
that.
British series translate to American
Yeah.
television, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Golden Age. We're going to talk about this real briefly because I mentioned it before in Week in Review. Matthew Vaughn is looking to put together a superhero film, The Golden Age, based on the comic by Jonathan Ross, who also
Jonathan Ross.
did Turf over at
Jonathan
Image.
Ross, who is, speaking of Brits, he is a British talk show host.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's a
That's
British
right.
talk show host. This hasn't come out yet. I don't know who's publishing it here in the States.
Yeah.
But it's called The Golden Age,
Yeah.
and it's a group of retired superheroes who help out with their grandchildren.
Yes. Yeah. They help their grandchildren.
Because they screwed up the planet. or something.
No, they help the grandchildren because their kids, the grandchildren's parents,
Parents screwed up the
the retirees' kids. Okay, they're the ones screwing up the planet. So the oldest generation, youngest generation get together to stop the middle generation.
Now Vaughn has lofty hopes for this thing to play the
yes,
grand-
that's what we talked about. That's what we
Dream
talked about.
casting,
Yeah,
Yeah, the
he's got some dream
Dreamcast.
casting. He would like Clint Eastwood, Jack Nicholson, and Warren Beatty to play the grandparents in this
And
film.
Sweet Dan Sweet thought that was just absolutely wonderful.
It-
when we
it's
talked
great.
about
It's
it.
great, but
he
Beatty
hated it.
Well, I think it's a great idea. I mean, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
if you could get all these guys in the same room and check their egos, which isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Beatty hasn't acted in a
Well,
film in
Nicholson
10
and
years.
Beatty get along, though.
Nicholson and Beatty do get along. Eastwood, in a superhero
Eastwood
film,
is only one of the three they'd listen to of the.
Yeah, with
Maybe.
Beatty not acting in 10 years, Eastwood said he retired after Gran Torino from acting.
Yeah.
It's great casting. but
Personally, I don't see it happening.
I don't
Personally,
either,
I don't
but
ever see this
boy,
happening.
it sure would be fun.
Yeah, well, as I was saying when I was talking to Sweet Dan, I just want to see the scene where Eastwood's in a wheelchair in a nursing home,
With the
looking at a costume hanging in a closet with a tear coming down his eye, and we go to a flashback of him lifting up a building and throwing throwing it on someone.
Hey, we always said, Comic Book Man, if there was a Kingdom Come motion picture, who did we want to play Bruce Wayne in that thing?
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. Last story we've got. The last story we've got. We have talked about before.
And we're going to keep on talking
And we
about
love
it.
this story. We are going to ride this story right into the ground. The Three Stooges are still coming your way
Yes.
by the Farrelly brothers.
Yes, they haven't cast the big three yet, although there's been some rumors and scuttlebutt. We won't go into that. We'll save that for another show. But the Farrelly brothers have another bit of casting they would like
Yes.
to. They would like Cher to play a nun
Why not?
in this.
Why not?
The character of the Mother Superior in this film, who apparently has had a lot of plastic surgery in her time.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of plastic
So,
surgery.
look for that.
A lot of replaceable parts.
They cut out the butt.
Yeah,
Cut out the butt, yes.
pretty much.
If you can turn
At this time that we're doing this, the hot news for the Three Stooges, as far as casting goes, are Will Sasso,
Which is fine for Curly. Yeah,
Justin Timberlake,
I don't get that.
and Johnny Knoxville.
And
And I'm not sure who falls in where. Obviously, Sasso would be Curly.
Sure.
As far as the other two, I don't know how you would switch
Yeah,
them out.
I think Sasso's Curly, that's a given. But Johnny Knoxville is Mo because he's the harder edge one. Timberlake
Yeah.
is Larry, I guess.
Maybe.
I don't get that casting.
But those are the three that are in the leads right now as far as casting rumors go.
You ever see Dick in a
go,
Box?
go,
Defy not to laugh.
gone are the days of Jim Carrey, Benicio
Yes.
del Toro.
Oh yes. Well, we're going from here
Sean
casting
Penn.
down to here casting, and at some point we might wind up going to here casting.
Let's see.
That's they cast us.
That would be. I was gonna say I could be Larry.
I'll be Mo.
All right.
Hey, Bo, you want me Curly? Okay. Yeah. Okay. He hates the Stooges.
right, that's
Bo
good.
hates the
The
Stooges.
Stooges hate you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
that's okay.
even though they're dead.
So anyway, that's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. We got no more media news. Not even Lance Hendrickson media news. Yes, I remembered. Not even Lance Hendrickson
Yes,
media
Larry.
news. But you can go to Stur's website and you can check out all of his reviews,
My reviews.
movie reviews, and all of his news, media news.
Those.
And where's the store's website at? Lance Hendrickson knows.
You want me to give you the website? I'll give you the website. www.marlsonetreality.com. What's the big deal?
So stop off at the store's website and check out all of his reviews and all of his news. And until next time, this is Comic Book
It
Man.
is. Comic Book Man.
And it's good old saying.
Bye. Alternate Reality is located at 3149 West 111th Street. That's the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in Chicago, the beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood neighborhood. You can always reach us at 773-881-HERO or at the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com. Coming right up is Media News number 135, and we've got stories on Star Trek movie. They're rocketing into production with the not rocketing in production.
Damn it! Those were some of my best faces.
Yeah,
too.
well, you got screenplays rocketing in production. Screenplays rocketing forward. Okay. Coming up next. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Going through puberty there, Justin Timberlake.
Let's
Hey, Justin Bieber, how's it going?
Coming up next. Alternate Reality is located at 3149 West 111th Street. That's the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in Chicago, the beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood neighborhood. You can always reach us at 773-881-HERO or at the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com.